Hello everyone, welcome to After a Gamers Live.
Welcome, we're so excited to have you here. We're so excited to be here.
Yeah,
It's going to be so much fun.
We're excited to try something new. By the way, sorry, first, I am Mateusz.
And I'm Michal.
Yeah, we almost forgot. We are so excited to start trying something new because in our normal episodes, we felt like there's not really too much space, or like it wouldn't do any good to talk about some of the stuff we would like to talk about, like what games are we playing and stuff. And we feel like it's making kind of a clutter in the episode, so we decided why not have a stream where we could discuss about other things, and it would be special compared to our regular episodes.
Yeah, we're definitely excited to talk live. It's very different for us, although I'm kind of used to stream, but like this is totally a different thing. Like I stream and play games, but we're gonna be doing our podcast live, so no edits, no if there's something wrong, you can all see it. So we're a little bit nervous, but also very, very excited for what's gonna happen. How's it gonna go?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we're looking forward for what we have prepared today. By the way, about the no edits, maybe there's a chance that a slightly edited episode will be posted on regular audio platforms. We are not sure yet how the recording will go, and maybe the episode will be so bad that we will just be like, no, scratch it all, cancel.
Yeah.
But we hope it will go well, and you will have a nice episode too.
Yeah, we're excited. We're super excited. Shall we start then?
Yeah, I guess. So, we kind of introduced you to what's this stream about. One more thing, though, we didn't mention, and that is that in the stream we would also like to talk more about topics that are, let's say, time sensitive, like not exactly news, I would say, but something that's more up to date, because in the episodes we usually try to focus on the more timeless aspects of things, if you get us. So that's one thing, but I guess without further ado we can start talking about games we played, my favorite part.
Do you want to start?
I guess I have a lot of games, so
you go first.
I can start. So I have finally finished playing Persona 5. I actually started Persona 5 playing like almost a year ago, like around when it came to Game Pass. I'm not sure when it was, but it's a long JRPG. I played like 60 hours, and in the second run I finished the game. Great thing, it's actually kind of easy to jump back in. And I totally get why even Video Game Donkey, that hates turn-based combat in RPGs, actually says this game is all right. So it's a great game.
That's great.
So sad news, if you were hoping to play it on a Game Pass, it got recently pulled, but some other games from the series are there.
I wasn't really no, I'm not gonna play it. I guess it's not really my type of game.
I mean, I thought so too about a lot of games, but I would recommend trying that if you have the option to try. I mean, now we don't in the Game Pass.
There's like, I understand that, but there are just certain type of games like I'm not going to play, or you're not going to play, even though like you can sometimes experiment, but like
I see where you're getting. Some just say some genres are not always for everyone. But I mean, you like RPGs, so I don't think that you would hate this game. I actually think that if you gave this one a shot, you might actually end up liking it. But
maybe I will, maybe I don't.
I guess we will never know, or maybe we will not know in the recent present. But
maybe if I'll run out of games to play.
Yes, but for everyone else, like, it is a great RPG, great mechanics, turn-based combat that is actually not that tedious, they're actually quite fast, and man, the story, that's like really nice stuff in the game. I guess anyway,
true,
we should
true.
move on. Maybe if you want to take over for a little bit what you were playing. I have some more coming later.
Yeah, I was playing Mass Effect. Is it remake or remaster? Remaster.
Yeah, I think it's a remaster.
Yeah, remaster of the game, and I finished the first already. Now I'm playing the second one, and I have to say, like, there's aspects that which the game aged pretty well, and even freaking remaster will not save that. So, but like story wise, it's actually quite good. Like it's like.
Yeah, I mean, like the story and the world building in the Mass Effect games is awesome.
Yeah. It's amazing. But I would say also like the Command Shepard's voice acting is not the best.
I mean,
he's kind of talking like a robot. A little bit.
I mean, it depends in which game, I would say, and also if you were playing
the first one. I played the first one.
Yeah, like honestly, you were talking timeless, but I gotta say the first game, I would kind of say that that one aged the worst. Like the gameplay, even with the remaster, is not as good as the 2 and 3.
I'm playing the second one now, and it's much better. It's much better. Like they learned. It's definitely learned.
Yeah, there was some evolution.
Yeah, but otherwise, like amazing game.
Yeah,
amazing game.
I would say the remasters are actually pretty decent. I would say for me, when I first came to knowledge, like I have a friend who is a massive fan of Mass Effect, and he kind of tried to force me into playing joking. No one's forcing me to play anything, right? Like I play voluntarily, but I didn't like the first one, the original version. But with the remaster, I actually managed to enjoy that. So yeah.
Sorry, my daughter just came to the room.
All right,
and she's quite loud. So anything else you've been playing?
Oh yes, I've been. So I've also been playing what Nintendo recently released on the Switch, the F-Zero 99, which is, I don't know if you're aware about F-Zero. It's like a classic racer from the SNES era, and they managed to do the twist with the 99 version. So like it's Battle Royale. So not every player makes it through the finish line if they're last. And honestly, it's the twist you didn't know you wanted for this game. It's actually a lot of fun. And there are some like special upgrades made, and you can, there's like even like a Queen's Cup and Knights League and stuff. So you have like several races in a row. It's a lot of fun. And it's free for everyone who has the Nintendo Switch Online. So if you have a Switch and you have the Switch Online, go check it out. It's fun.
I don't have a Switch.
Yeah, I'm talking. I'm talking to them.
Them, jeez.
Yeah.
Them.
So, do you have anything else, or shall I continue with my more stuff?
Thinking what else I played. But I didn't play. I don't think I played anything else.
I mean, I understand that because like Mass Effect Legendary Edition can take a whole lot of time.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Right, so
I finished Hogwarts Legacy finally.
Oh, finally! That's great. You've been playing it for like the whole year.
Yeah. Yeah, it took some time, but I finally finished it. Okay. I have to say, for Hogwarts Legacy, a great game, but I changed my mind. Definitely not Game of the Year. Because, I mean, when you see what came out this year.
Yeah, there have been a lot of great games.
Zelda, Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I heard Alan Wake 2 is brilliant.
Alan Wake 2 is pretty good, I heard.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I heard wonders about that game. I haven't played yet, unfortunately, but I hope I will. Well,
did it already came out?
Yeah, it came out like few days ago, I think.
Yeah, but Hogwarts Legacy, like it a little bit felt like by the end of the game they kind of like ran out of the ideas.
Oh, right.
That
can happen.
You know,
like the idea burnout.
Yeah. So, but she's...
We have a visitor. Intruder alert. Alexa, play Intruder alert.
Yeah. Somehow. No, she's naked. I'll bet something.
Yeah, so in the meantime, while Michal tends to his daughter, I guess I can continue. I was talking about Alan Wake, and I haven't played... I mean, I have played the first one, but I haven't played the rest, so I finally took my time. I mean, it's not that long, but I finally played Alan Wake's American Nightmare, which was released still for the 360. Not that long after the original game, and it's like 2 years after the story of the first game, so that I will be ready for the Alan Wake once I get to that game. So yeah, I actually played that before the second game came out, and I haven't played the second game still anyway. But yeah, it's also a very interesting game.
Yeah, Alan Wake, like I played the first one a little bit, but it's a horror game, and it's really scary for me. So, and I heard the second one, I heard just from reviews and from other people that, you know, the first one was more like a thriller mixed with horror game, but this one, apparently they went
like full on horror.
Full on horror.
Oh,
that's what I heard.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I try to.
Like, it's more horror like.
Okay.
But, you know, for the horror genre players, like that's great. That's amazing. But like for me, I'm hesitant.
Yeah, we'll see how much I will enjoy it, because I am usually not really into horror games, but I really enjoyed the first Alan Wake. So.
Yeah, I mean it was a great game, like without a doubt. Like great mechanics, amazing story, amazing voice actors, amazing soundtrack. You know, it was a great game.
Yeah. By the way, while we're talking about it, a quick recommendation: if you want to play Alan Wake 2 and you want to play other games in the universe, my recommendation would be first play Alan Wake. Either the remastered version or the original with all DLCs, because there's like extra chapters in the DLCs. As far as I know, they should be currently in discount on Epic Games Store and Steam. Some of these games.
Okay.
Then Alan Wake's American Nightmare. It's like after the story of the first one. Then Control, because in Control, like it's the same universe as Alan Wake. Yeah. And the Ordinary Awe DLC actually is like directly linked to Alan Wake. And after that, I guess, would be the time to play Alan Wake 2, from what I know.
Yeah. And also, I think they make a lot of references to Control in Alan Wake 2, as far as I heard.
Yeah, and great news, I heard the Old Gods of Asgard, the fictional band that is actually Poets of the Fall. Yeah, it's back in Alan Wake 2, so I'm looking forward for the new songs, because like, the songs from Alan Wake or Take Control from Control, they are great songs.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Right, and I guess the last game in this segment I want to talk about before we move on is Cocoon, because I want to give a shout out to an indie game. And it's actually been released on Xbox Game Pass. That's how I played it. It's not that long, and definitely worth your afternoon. It's like a game where you're a little, I guess, creature, and you can move these marbles which contain an universe. So you can jump into the universe at special points, and yeah, just like you could have seen in the trailer that's playing behind us or above us. And these universes, they can give you ability if you unlock it, or they can serve as like powering gates, and it's kind of a puzzler / walking simulator, I would guess, and it's really interesting, and some of the puzzles are genius. So
Yeah.
quick shout out to Cocoon. It's a fun game. I had a great time with it.
Oh yeah, I think I heard about this game, or I saw it somewhere.
Yeah,
someone talked about it.
Don't you have Game Pass? I mean, like you should be able
Well,
to.
I do, but no, I like it's not where I saw it.
Oh,
I saw
okay.
it. Someone talk about it. Maybe it was Video Game Donkey. I have no idea. I know that Video Game Donkey likes these types of games, so.
Yeah, because I mean they are great.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying they're not.
Yeah, I just right. Yeah, I guess we should move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
So, what do you want to start with?
Should we start with the biggest topic?
All right. Let's start with the biggest topic. So,
yeah.
Maybe, or I guess I should, because I prepared it. I guess I should start it. So the
live stream,
the headline topic of today, which we don't have a headline and stuff. So anyway, the biggest topic would be that Activision Blizzard acquisition by Microsoft has been finally approved. And it's been after a long time, because the acquisition was actually originally announced on 18th January 2022. Yeah. So it's been like almost 2 years since it was announced. FTC was making a lot of problems and stuff. There are some things that are very weird, but...
some things also very reasonable, I would say.
Yes. But it has been finally approved, and one of the great news for us gamers is that a very controversial figure of Activision Blizzard, Bobby Kotick, will get away from Activision Blizzard at the end of the year. He's right now in there to help with the merger. So,
oh, nice.
If you know why he was controversial, one of the biggest ones was that he was what gamers call the corporate sellout, because he preferred milking profitable series with new games with little creativity over new IPs and new ideas, some creativity for which Blizzard, for example, was known in the past. And he was mainly all about profit, and he didn't care that much about gaming. So that's why one of the reasons why we gamers didn't like him.
Was he kicked out, or was he did he leave? Was he forced to leave?
I mean, I think he was the CEO or something. And
the CEO, yeah.
And he will be there until the end of merger, because the company is acquired and they don't need him anymore.
Right.
But he will just help with to ease the transition, or whatever the official term was.
Yeah.
So so we talked about some of the controversies about that, and I have some points, because Sony was the one that was so much against this. But in the meantime,
no. It was at the beginning, and it was just because of Call of Duty.
Oh yes,
that was all. It wasn't the whole time. Let's set some facts straight, okay? Sony started it. They said, okay, hey, this is weird. You're gonna create monopoly. You're gonna have a big monopoly, and their main concern was Call of Duty, because Sony made a huge profit out of it. It's like it or not, Call of Duty is still one of the biggest games out there. The most games out there.
Why they didn't like it? Sorry, why they didn't like it in the relation of Call of Duty? I need to add is because they had always a special deal with Activision to have some exclusive content or early access and stuff for their consoles only.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's a valid concern, business speaking. Like they're gonna all of a sudden like be rid of that because Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard. But also, so Sony started it. Sony said their concern, and then like all the FDA and other organization, other states started looking into it and started to, so Sony was just at the beginning, and then like they made a deal with finally with Microsoft.
Well,
because
actually,
Microsoft changed the deal several times. So
yeah, it took them some time to come around because to everyone Microsoft promised or like made a 10-year deal for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
That it would be same on all platforms.
Yeah, but like saying that Sony just took like so much crap out of this, and I don't think it's justified.
Well,
I don't think it's fair towards
honestly,
Sony.
The first year of this, they were really against it. They were the ones that actually were trying to add more stuff to the FTC to stop that and stuff. It was actually only until like recently. I mean, recently, like a few months that they came around. It's like lately it has been come from them, but no, they have been against.
But when you look at it from purely business perspective, it made sense because with like Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard, Sony is Sony's losing the deal with Activision Blizzards, and their biggest rival is getting one of the biggest companies out there. Also, with Microsoft and Microsoft companies' track record, I'm afraid because I don't look at Bethesda. Like, did they got better after they were bought by Microsoft? Hell no.
Well, about that, there's like a there's I guess there would be more to it. We should definitely dig into that later, or like a little bit later.
Yeah, well, we'll be talking about it, so why not? So, but when you look at like, I'm not saying, just don't take the words out of context. I'm not saying that Sony is the best company ever. I'm not saying that. I'm not like hardcore Sony fan. What I am saying though is that Microsoft is not the good guy either here. Like they bought one of the biggest companies. They did a carpet pull out of everyone, and they have this big monopoly now on the PC games alone, because Activision Blizzard was mainly PC games,
Well,
World of Warcraft.
Well, honestly like, sorry. So I guess I will jump into like add to your points, reactor points, maybe. So yeah, Blizzard in the past was about PC games, but like lately,
that's true.
Things like Call of Duty, Diablo, Overwatch, all of these games were on consoles.
But main focus was always
in the past. That's sadly that's in the past. Really, that is in the past. Don't you guys have phones?
Is it though? Like,
well, if you take a look at the steps they were doing, like in the recent past, I would say that
just because they made like they have the biggest PC community out there. Prove me I'm wrong.
No, Valve has.
Okay. What Valve has what? Okay, how many games Valve has compared to Activision Blizzard?
I don't know. But I think we're kind of getting on the like a wrong foot. We're trying. It feels like we're not always understanding each other or like jumping away from the topics. That was totally not my point. I just wanted to say that like lately Blizzard has been
Yes,
not
but like
just
they
about
have,
PC games, and PC gamers were actually mad about it because
yeah,
they
but,
were
like,
kind of
because
dropping the
they have
community.
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, and
what was the
about the I agree
yeah,
with what that monopolization is bad. Like it's happening
yeah,
a whole lot. One studio or like one corporation owning everything is not good.
yeah.
But when they bought the ActiBlizz, Sony was still bigger than them. And secondly,
Wait,
yeah, Bethesda wasn't
bigger in what way? Bigger in what way are we talking?
in
What
like
were you saying?
how much of the gaming industry they have.
You mean how many studios they
Oh
own?
no, like how the in terms of the sales and profits and stuff.
Okay, yeah,
They're
but
still like the
that
major
doesn't
player.
correlate though.
Sorry?
That doesn't correlate though. That doesn't correlate with what you're saying, because like monopoly is that you own a lot of stuff,
No,
and
no, no.
then
Just
you make money out of it. You know?
no.
Sorry.
It's
But
not all I'm
continue.
trying. That's not all I'm trying to say. Just one of the things. Like Sony, even after the acquisition, they still the biggest player by far. Actually, on the gaming field, they're still one of the biggest players. And at least in the console market, they're still by far the biggest player. And while they were talking about like Microsoft is becoming a monopoly, they were actually doing the same, just not as a true or not as on a large scale. They actually bought several studios, including Halo creators Bungie, which is not a small studio that made like large games such as Destiny after their departure from Microsoft. So it's not like they are in the clear too. I guess like we are getting in the gaming into monopolization quite a lot recently. So I just wanted to say that. And to your thing that Bethesda hasn't improved, I'm not sure. It's very possible. And B, I think it's a lot of time from what we know that Microsoft gave ZeniMax, the mother company of Bethesda, like kind of free hand. Actually, the Redfall was a disaster. They were hoping after the acquisition Microsoft would exit or restart development, but they said, well, you're under ZeniMax, so they will manage you, and ZeniMax didn't.
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
Yeah, that's actually good news, great news that they are making some changes and they will like get Bethesda closer to them now. And B, one thing, regardless of who, I wouldn't care who would bought Blizzard if someone bought them, because Blizzard, let's face it, they are not in a good place with the recent controversies, the work morale, as far as I know from the reports that have been surfacing. They have not been very good. The employees' happiness was quite bad. They have made a lot of bad decisions. They have changed a lot of stuff for the worse. They lost a lot of big names like Ben Brode, who worked on Hearthstone, Jeff Kaplan, the literal face of Overwatch, I would say, Uncle Jeff, or Michael Chu, who wrote the stories. And you can see that Overwatch 2 sucks compared to Overwatch 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And like even I heard Diablo 4 was pretty decent. But still, like overall, Blizzard is not at a very good place. So they need someone that actually cares about work culture.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I'm not against the acquisition. What I am against of it's the monopolization, and that's what I'm afraid of. And you know, just like what I'm afraid of is that Microsoft just bought one of the biggest game publishers out there with the biggest franchises in the world, and they just bought it just for the money, just to get the money out of Call of Duty and other games.
Fun fact,
there. So
you're talking about taking money from Call of Duty, but from the reports and emails that came out during the what was it, like a research, or when they were like judging whether they can acquire it. they actually said it. That's actually sad, I would say. They cared mostly about King, one of the biggest...
About what?
King. Activision Blizzard King. King is the company that
What is that?
makes the mobile games, like Candy Crush Saga.
Oh my god!
So they won it. They
Activision?
won it for the profits from King, mainly from what we know.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. According to
That's
the
so
information
stupid.
I found, that's like the
That's so
stupidest
stupid.
thing. But let's face it, in
Oh,
mobile
God.
gaming, there's a whole lot of money
Oh yeah.
due to the way how unhealthy mobile gaming is set up. But that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, it's definitely.
We should
So,
maybe make a note to make an episode in the future why mobile gaming sucks.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, but it's so sad. Like, it's just like I feel like there's no right answer to all this.
No.
Like, if Microsoft or Sony buy Activision, it could become monopoly. Although, like with I have to say, and again, like I'm not like a Sony fanboy or anything. With PlayStation games, there's a way better track record with like actual finished games. So might have been, look better, but that's just speculation. That's just speculation. Might have been not, but
Yeah.
so if Sony or Microsoft buy it, you have monopoly. If the Activision's begins like stops, like it's not going to be bought, it's going to keep being crap unless like the whole like leadership or the whole thing changes there. So
Yeah, two things why I'm not that mad that it's Microsoft, although I totally agree that it would be better if like someone completely new, maybe in the gaming space, bought them. That would be really cool. Like Microsoft has a great track record of improving the company work culture in the companies they bought. So that's one thing, because honestly, the work culture in ActiBlizz, as far as the recent past, as from what we heard, has been terrible. And I'm not talking about the European, I'm talking about the American, because they have even, like in Europe, we have great work laws when compared to the American.
yeah,
And they have been abusing that, I would say, a lot based on the reports we read. So that's one good thing. And the second, Microsoft, they don't have a great record of releasing finished games. I mean, neither does Blizzard in the recent past anyway, but they are improving.
Yeah, sorry.
And they have good track record of releasing the games on PC.
Are they though?
Yeah, like there has been like Hi-Fi Rush, for example.
That came. Okay, Hi-Fi Rush is an indie company.
No, Hi-Fi Rush was Tango Gameworks.
Wait,
that's under
Tango
Microsoft now.
Has a good track record.
That's true.
And that game, it's like, sorry, but like if you look at the other, like beside Hi-Fi Rush, name me a game that didn't came like mediocre or not
Forza
broken.
Horizon 5.
Okay, Forza Horizon 5.
I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm saying they're improving. Like when you compare it to the Xbox One era.
I don't think so. I really don't think they are
better.
improving. I think that like one good game for like per year that they didn't get all like broken, that's not good.
I don't know. Like actually, I did a little bit of research and I found that. The issue is that they release most of their games now on the PC and the consoles at the same time, which, as we both know, is more work than releasing on just console. Yeah. And the more problematic one is actually usually the PC version, not the console one, because for the console they have full control. So yeah, maybe that's why I'm a little bit confused, because I have actually played a lot of their games in the Game Pass on the Xbox Series X, and I haven't encountered the issues some people are talking about. So now I understand why you're so confused. Yes, I've been playing the games on the Xbox and I haven't had all of these issues. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. exactly.
But yeah, that's
And
the other point.
it's
They
Microsoft.
have good track record of releasing the games on PC as well, which is something that I love to see these days when the game gets on PC. Because a lot of the times, or like
Sorry,
it seems,
just to clarify. You mean first it comes on Xbox and then on PC,
no,
and that's good.
no, that like a lot of take basically all recent Microsoft releases. Halo Infinite came the same day on Xbox and PC. Forza Horizon
Yes.
5, Forza Motorsport, Hi-Fi Rush, Starfield. All of these games came the same day
Okay,
on
one
PC
game.
and Xbox.
Okay, they came on the same day, but they were not good. Beside the Hi-Fi Rush and Forza, none of those games were like, and even Starfield, like on Metacritic, it has mediocre like reviews
Yeah,
on other platforms.
Starfield is also, I would say, another topic because I think it's getting way too much review bombed. I mean, the thing that people criticize are not the valid critics. I have much better valid critics.
Yeah,
I have actually played the games and I know what's bad about it, not the things some of people criticize.
I read that like it's getting review bombed, but like I watched a lot of streams, a lot of videos to confirm that like the state of the game is just not that good.
Yeah,
and when
on
like
PC though, on PC.
Okay, but
on Xbox
still, it's
better.
a mediocre. Like okay, the state of the game, but like the over and all the game is not as like good. Like it's just a mediocre game. It's just another Bethesda game in. It's just Fallout in space.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah,
that's like
I would say Skyrim in space.
But if you look at the whole video game industry, and you compare it to the other games that came out this year, like that's pretty bad. You know, like we're now talking about Starfield. We didn't want to going away from the Activision Blizzard. Yeah. But to come back to like what you're saying, that Microsoft has a good track record. Like you named only 2 games that were good this year that came out from Microsoft's.
No, I'm just
that's a bad track record in
was trying to say,
in my opinion.
They are improving in terms of the state of the games at release.
But okay, they're not though. 2 games that came out their
they
studios
didn't
this
come
year
in
that
a
were
great
good.
state doesn't mean that in the past it wasn't worse. And that's what improvement is.
I
feel like
it's the same. I feel like it's the same though.
Oh,
I feel like Microsoft used to be pretty good. Like Halo games were pretty amazing for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Gears of War were a pretty great game and came in a good state too. But where's that? Like Gears 5 was absolutely awful game. Like absolutely mediocre, terrible. Like it was compared
I'm
to
not
the
saying
previous installments.
I guess you understand me wrong.
I just don't see the improvement at all. Like if anything, I see a greedy company.
I mean,
who's trying to get more studios. That's like again, it's the same cycle like with EA. Like they bought a bunch of studios, which they then destroyed because.
I mean, I don't think Microsoft is destroying those studios actually. But yeah, it's about only time will tell how it will end up. I mean, I think, or from my point of view, it seems like they're overall improving. They're doing stuff or decisions that are great for gamers, much more than they did. Like Xbox One era was a disaster. Now it's much better. And if you take, I'm talking about the like longer term metrics, it looks a little bit better than where they were during the Xbox One era. I guess that was my point. I'm not saying they're perfect. No, they have their issues. I was also said that some things didn't work out as well as they could, and about the studios we will only see in the future whether they will destroy them or not. So far, I believe they did not. Like Ori and the Blind Forest, for example, that's some time ago, and the stuff from the studios that they bought, that was amazing, and I don't think they destroyed it.
Do you know Rare Studio?
Oh yeah.
They're behind Conker's Bad Fur Day. They were bought by Microsoft, and after they were bought, the developers not like the game they released after they were bought absolutely terrible. It was one of the Conker's game. I don't know which one is. What was it?
Yeah.
But it was absolutely terrible, and that destroyed the studio. They had to close the studio, and I bet there's many. Like I'm not saying
Rare. As far as I know, Rare is still up and running. They made.
Okay, what did they made?
Sea of Thieves.
Okay, that's still not that.
Yeah, no. I'm not just saying they did not close the studio, but yeah, the games. Well, the thing is that Rare was the biggest mistake Nintendo did. They sold Rare.
Yeah.
It's like that was very sad.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually quite in the past, as far as I know. Like it's early 2000s.
Yeah, no, it's been a long time ago. I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah,
I'm just giving you an example. What like?
Yeah, you're right. Like they. Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say, yeah, it's. I guess I think it's a little bit better than what it was, and we will see if it will get better, worse, or stay the same. I guess that's my point.
That's why I am thinking. That's why I'm kind of afraid about like Call of Duty or Overwatch. Well, no one cares about Overwatch anymore. But
the thing about that. Finish? The thing about that.
Can I finish my thought?
Yeah,
can I finish my thought? That's why I'm afraid because. Yeah. Sorry, goodness gracious.
No, it's sorry. It takes you some time to like get the thought out. Sorry.
Continue. I have ADHD. I have ADHD.
I have 84K. So what?
Yeah. If you keep talking to my head, I cannot focus. Anyway, because they bought and the Microsoft and Bethesda games didn't come out that well. Like, I don't think. Like, because a lot of people were thinking, Activision was bought by Microsoft, they're gonna do much better under them. I'm really scared that they will not do. I think like either the Call of Duty, which is the Modern Warfare series, which is, I know you don't like Call of Duty, but the series is doing well, and they did good choices in the first Modern Warfare and the second Modern Warfare. I don't know in what state is the Modern Warfare 3. I don't know if it's out or if it's coming out. I don't know, but they made good changes, and like, yes, there was a lot of microtransaction, and some of the UI was terrible, but like overall the game, I felt like I was playing Call of Duty 4 again. It was so good. So, and I think it's Infinity 4 finally like picked up their pace, and they're doing good, and I'm afraid that under the Microsoft it's gonna be toned down a little bit, and I'm just afraid what's gonna happen to the franchise and to other franchises, because they all of a sudden have also World of Warcraft. So what's gonna happen with that?
Yeah. So, if I may, about Call of Duty, it feels like it has been mostly like a checklist release, and like you're right.
No,
I kind of lost interest in Call of Duty franchise when they stopped doing single player.
The last two Modern Warfare games wasn't a checklist. Trust me, wasn't. It's a really good game.
I mean, checklist release doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's just that.
Well, it kind of does. But
well, no. Checklist release means it has all the stuff. Sorry to explain for our viewers.
Yeah.
Who maybe don't know, checklist release we call a game that follows a checklist of what's currently popular. So if, let's say, open world is popular and female lead and stuff like that, they do the checklist of what's popular and they do it in game. That doesn't mean though that a game is bad. They actually sometimes came out a great game, but it doesn't mean that it's always like it may sometimes like
Okay.
in like a spread, but it doesn't mean that if it's a checklist that it's always bad.
Okay, but okay, maybe okay. Now we pointed out like it is kind of a checkbox release, but on the other hand, it's a good game. Both of them are good games. Like seriously.
Yeah, I heard they are better than some of the previous recent entries. Yeah.
Yeah, and like it feels like they finally like put the love into it that it deserved.
I mean, if they put the love into it, you could select, your nation's flag. But that's another controversy. My other point, what I wanted to add for your concern
all I'm
about
saying,
the
last two Call of Duty is really good games.
Yeah. So
believe it or not.
So that's one of the franchise, and if you take a look at the Blizzard games, like your concerns about them, I mean, honestly, from my point of view, I'm not sure if it can get really any worse, because I used to love Overwatch. I played it quite a lot. I actually owned multiple copies. I think I own only 2 copies though, like on Switch and on PC. And Overwatch 2 came out. I stopped playing because I didn't like that game anymore.
Yeah.
And I guess a lot of similar stuff could be said about a lot of other Blizzard stuff from the recent past, because it's been getting gradually worse. I mean, with the Overwatch 2, it was not gradual. It was like, poof, we're closing like Overwatch 1, and now we have only the inferior Overwatch 2. And so I would say, from my point of view, it's if it gets worse, I mean, I'm not playing it anyway, so that wouldn't be a big change for me.
Fair enough.
So,
but like,
I really wish it helped them to get better. I really wish for that.
Yeah, I wish too. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to see the games doing much better, but with like Microsoft, I don't see it. Like just again, like I'm just gonna keep bringing Bethesda because that's also another really big company that they bought, and Redfall, like one of the really most anticipated games from Arcane Studios, total disaster.
Yeah, I already told you that's not really on Microsoft. That was more on ZeniMax.
Yeah. And like Starfield, mediocre game. So
Sarah Morgan disliked that.
Okay.
If you played that game, you would get that reference.
I don't. Okay, I haven't played it, so I cannot really.
That was a reference to Starfield. Yeah. Never mind. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Spinek is asking, just got here, what is the topic? The topic is Activision Blizzard acquisition by Microsoft, and we're debating kind of the pros and cons, and we're just talking about like how's it gonna be with Activision Blizzard under the Microsoft, because we both have not very much different opinions, but maybe a different point of view.
Yeah.
And Matosh is more he's more calm about it because he is more of a Microsoft Xbox player than I am.
And also I don't play a lot of the franchises because they were not very good recently. So if they get worse, I don't care because I am already not playing them.
So, but what we're talking about right now is the state of the games, what they were before the acquisition, and if it's going to get any better or not. Personally, I'm kind of afraid it's either going to stay same or it's going to get worse.
Well, I'm just going to say just as before, I guess we'll see, because it has not happened to all of the studios Microsoft bought. There's the studio that I think Moon Studios that did the Ori series. From what I heard, the one that did Psychonauts was actually pretty great too, and we'll see how it will go with this one. It's still way too soon to tell.
Yeah.
So that's about that.
Games.
Actually,
Yeah.
one fun point actually I want to say about this ActiBlizz merger with Microsoft. The FTC, from some of the reports from them, I said it seems like they have no idea what gaming is about. Some of their points were absolutely stupid, regardless of like the outcome of the point. If it was like, monopolization is bad, but the points they used, they were so bad. They are absolute morons when it comes to gaming. Sorry, but that was terrible, some of those points. But actually, they were more worried. They were more worried about, not about the monopoly in games and franchises, but about the monopoly in sit tight on your chair, cloud gaming.
What?
Yes, and actually how Microsoft finished the deal is that they sold for 10 years the exclusive rights to streaming ActiBlizz games to Ubisoft. So if they will want to have them streamed on xCloud, they will have to pay fee to Ubisoft. I don't remember all the details, but the cloud games were one of the biggest points for FTC. I mean, like, everyone who uses cloud gaming, raise your hand. Why don't I see any raised hands?
Because we're on stream, we don't see anyone.
No, because no one is really using cloud games, because it's still
no one.
Like the main thing, connection quality in a lot of the places is just not good enough to play a lot of games via cloud. It's just not.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can play some light and slow games, but totally not. I will, if you give me a second, I will switch our backdrop game to Dorfromantik, which is a game you can play totally over cloud streaming, because it's just that slow and like doesn't suffer from connection spikes and stuff, because you don't need a high bitrate. But like, unless you're on a what's it called, like the main optical cable network, you have no chance of having a great experience with every cloud game. Yeah, there are places where you can do it, but yeah, so the main dispute was over cloud gaming, which is maybe one of the stupidest things.
Is it more like a cloud gaming, more of like a... No, it doesn't make sense.
No, they meant like the streaming.
Xbox Game Pass. Okay, yeah, that's stupid. That's really stupid.
Yeah,
cool.
It is extremely stupid, because like I recently watched the WAN show when they were talking about Amazon streaming service, and I don't think it's very, very successful. The Amazon Loon or whatever. So I watched that segment where they talked about the Amazon streaming service, and
just wait, Amazon streaming service like for video games?
Yeah.
So Amazon Games is doing. Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay, it's not very successful from what we can tell. Yeah. I mean, overall, game streaming is very, very niche market. Even Google gave up, and like Google is an internet first company. So I don't understand why they are so crazy about that, because there are still many places all over the world who don't have good enough internet connection. So I guess that maybe was like the most shocking point about all this.
Yeah, Spinek is saying, cool, I think we will have to wait till a new year. Bobby is still there, and making changes takes time. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We talked about it. The problem at this moment is not like the past of Activision, but the future. Like, Bobby's not going to be there anymore, which is good. That's really good. But with Microsoft's track record, like, we don't know how it's going to look like, because so far it wasn't that good. You know, any acquisition they made, the games, the studios that were producing, the games weren't that good. So
as we said, not all of them. Like, there were some stuff like the
Yeah.
studio that made Ori, the studio that made Hi-Fi Rush. But yes, it has not been all that
Yes.
amazing all the time.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the major ones, the big ones. Like indie little small studios don't count. I'm sorry, small studios is something different. But because I tell you why, because the shareholders and the CFOs and everyone, not CFOs, the shareholders and the business people in the industry, they don't care about the small studios because they don't make that much amount of money because it's a game for a specific audience. But the games like Starfield, like Call of Duty, are more, they're more involved because they see a big chunk of money and they're like, okay, we can make tons of money on this. Okay,
Yeah,
let's push the development.
The thing about that, like, it has kind of been like that in the recent past, whether it came out good or not. Like, it has been like that, like, right now, which, as we discussed, it was not always a bad outcome. So yeah, I guess that's no reason to talk about this like that much further, because we're still circling around that. We will see. We are all very curious how will that come. And we can only speculate now, which is kind of what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Yeah.
All right.
So maybe if we can move to another topic, which will be mainly me talking, and it is about Forza Motorsport. Yeah, I have been looking forward for that game for quite some time because I love racing game, but I would say this is not a review. This is like not a preview. It's like a feel view or something, whatever.
Yeah.
You should be able to see some footage. Just a warning, when I was recording it, I had some issues with my capture card, so there might be some hitches. That's actually not how the game runs. But I will just try to be quick because it might not be for everyone. But yeah, it's the new mainline game in the Forza series, and unlike Forza Horizon, which is like more arcadey and open world, this one is the actual motorsport. So you drive in circles all the time, like in regular motorsports. You have some licensed circuits like Suzuka circuit or Laguna Seca, some legendary circuits, and much more. Even some fictional like Maple Valley, which has been like a staple circuit for the series ever since the first game is returned. No Fujimi Kaido yet, I hope. The looks are actually... Sorry?
What? Fujimi Kaido?
Fujimi Kaido. It has been a fictional track in like Mount Fuji, I think. Or like said in Mount Fuji, but a fictional track. And man, it has been a great technical track. So it was my favorite. So I hope it will make a return in some future patch, which is something I will talk in a minute. I just want to give kudos where credit's due. The material work is amazing. The lighting and the especially the ray tracing modes look great. They use ray traced ambient occlusion, which is gorgeous. The works with there's some like ray traced reflections, but not everywhere, just to like enhance the reflections. There's from what I know, combination of screen space reflections, the ray traced reflections, and a boss reflection. So several different quality and purpose types. So they combined all these methods to have like a nice reflections on the cars, like on the car body, like you see in this part. And overall, like it looks very nice. The work with lighting is overall visuals looks great. And the driving model, the most important, is fun and feels really good. But there were some points I didn't like. So they first thing, like the biggest thing I hated about this game. Yeah, hold on tight. They actually started with a miles per hour instead of kilometers per hour setting. Like, why? Like, even as far as I know, even Motorsport in America sometimes uses metric system because Imperial is just stupid and no one should use it. It's like 21st century people wake up. No one cares about Imperial units. So that was like the biggest offense, I would say. But other ones, like there's the controversial upgrade system, which feels more like RPG games sometimes because you have to drive with the car and go around corners to earn car XP, which will allow you to upgrade. Which means that you cannot do like buy a car and then spend all the money you earned from previous races to like improve it to a supercar. You cannot do that here. I actually would suggest an improvement if someone from Turn 10 is listening. Just take in question the driver's level. So for example, if you're driver level 40, you have some unlocks even before you ride with the car, for example. At least something like that.
Okay.
And the last
can I
go
can I
ask
say
away.
something about the I'm not gonna ask, I'm gonna point out something which might be actually for like another topic somewhere. Is the visual of the game. These days games look so good that we kind of get what's the word? Like we get used to it. You know how in movies, you know how in movies like the visual effects are like we can easily recognize these days like what's CG and what's not, because like it's so good that can kind of recognize it. We got used to it, so there's no that wow effect anymore. So
that's
I would say like these days like I'm talking about the major games, like there's no wow effect anymore because the game just looks good because technology got really good, and the apps that the artists are using and all the plugins and everything, and it's just so good. So I'm not saying the game doesn't look bad, that it doesn't look good. All I'm saying that there's no that wow effect anymore, at least for me. Like,
I mean, I understand.
There was in 2013, or was it 2013, when The Witcher 3 came out. That was a major
waiting for a moment to pull in Witcher 3.
Yes, I'm always gonna do that. It was such a big stab for graphics, because all of a sudden, like, even cutscene and NPCs look really good, and compared to, like, for example, another RPG game, Skyrim, like, it's not just visuals. Yeah.
It's like a last gen game, but yes, you're right. Yeah, that's like when there's a big leap, you get wowed. But this generation, we're kind of we're not
kind of
wowed that easily.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
I mean, there are still games that surprise us. Like, I feel like even though I didn't really like Red Dead Redemption 2, like, technically beautiful. Even The Last of Us Part 2 is a beautiful game. Uncharted 4, beautiful game. Like, graphically, technically, beautiful games. I'm not saying they're the best games of all time, but when it comes to technical, like, there's still like few games that like look really good, but all the, like, overall, like, the wow effect is gone.
I agree. As you said, that's a great topic for another time. That developers should, at least in like most cases, tend to do like their own stylization instead of going for the realistic visual, which A, they cannot nail perfectly anyway, and B, is like taking a lot of performance and a lot of effort, and it's not always worth it because it does not wow us anymore. But in this game, actually, like, the footage does not do it justice. It looks much better when you play it on the console. Like, this is heavily compressed.
Yeah, I was about to say that. It doesn't look that good to me, but
yeah, it's like the footage I captured is like crushed by the bitrate, and now it's even lower bitrate over YouTube. So yeah, it will not look as good as it looks on my screen, but it's like it is actually a good looking game. But as you said, it's nothing that would totally wow you. Maybe what would wow you that this is running on a Series X console, so it's not like the most powerful machine of today. Like I have seen some games running on the 4090 before the game developers started abusing that people might have better GPUs and stopped optimizing, but that's also a topic for another day.
Yep.
But I have like 2 more points to like point here that I wasn't a huge fan of. So one is the AIs. They are stupid, and that's all I would say. The AI drivers, they're stupid. And the second one is that there's not that much of a content, or like there is content, but there's not that huge amount, and you have unlocks for like drag racing tires, but there's no drag race, so it feels that it kind of created live platform for years to come, I guess. I mean, honestly, they have a great track record of updating their games with content, and I assume it will happen here too, but right now there's not that huge amount of content. And even the first update that's coming like month after the release will have some content, new track and some stuff. So I guess they're going for a live service game now, which also topic for another day. Live service games.
Yeah.
Where are the times where you just put the disc into the console or into your computer and that was the whole game with everything? And
or just that. Like, it would be okay. You don't have to have a disc for the PC. Just download it. Just have the game. Have the full game once you buy it. Yeah.
And that's actually one of the things that because of not having the discs, this is how we got into live service games. Because in the past you had to have all on the disc because the internet was slow. But as it got gradually easier and easier to finish the game over internet updates, that's how we got here.
That's true.
There are some what's it called? I totally lost the word.
Excuse me.
Good. Some studios that or some games that still don't do it. That they still ship the full game, and it's not live service, and it doesn't need updates. There's like the likes of Nintendo or Larian Studios with Baldur's Gate. They ship the full game. Right?
Yeah.
Zelda full game on a cartridge doesn't need anything else, and I really like when this happens, but it's getting more and more rare.
So compared to other installments, or the previous installments of Forza Motorsport, is this the best one, or
yes and no? Yes and no. In some terms, like honestly, I like the physical or driving model the best, I would say, in the Forza games I played.
Goodness gracious.
It feels really good because from what I know, the simulation is much more detailed. You simulate the wheel with more points, and you have all the weather effects and stuff, and like the driving itself feels really good. I really like that.
Okay.
But as I said, it had some of the flaws with the content, for example. So that's
so sad, though.
Yeah, it is. It indeed is. I mean, it's not like we are losing there that much. Like it was already announced that they are adding more and will gradually add over time. I just kind of don't like this move to the live service. That would be like the point. But overall, I really like that. If you have a Game Pass and you like racing, it's a no-brainer. If you're into more like hardcore simulation, this might still be not for you because like hardcore simulation.
Well, Forza this is about simulation, right?
Well, that's the thing. Like Forza is a racing simulation, but it's still more of a game. Like it's still a game rather than full-fledged simulation. I mean, Forza Horizon 5 is more arcadey, or like the Horizon series.
Yeah.
Games like Assetto Corsa, for example, are more simulation.
Yeah.
Or,
Assetto
I'm not
Corsa,
sure if it's even a game.
I tried that once.
So this is like the
Assetto Corsa once, so it's a really good game.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry. I apologize to our audience. I'm yawning every few seconds. I don't know why.
We've had
I'm
a hard week. We're tired, boring adults. So this is like the sweet spot when you want to have a good simulation, but you still want to play a game rather than like have a full simulation that will not forgive you anything. This is still like what I actually really like, how they implemented the rewind feature. You still have the rewind, so you can like rewind back when you do a bad turn, but
Prince of Persia.
But your lap gets marked as like not clean lap. So when you're going for the best time, it will still be marked as a not clean lap. And I quite like that approach. It's great for someone like me when I'm tired. I just want to I did a bad turn, I rewind, and I can still have fun. But it will not satisfy hardcore simulation fans. Though still fun.
That's true.
That's all.
That's true.
Shall we move on?
We can move on. That was Mato's review of Horizon Motorsport. Thank you.
Feelview, not review.
Yeah.
So
what should we do next?
Yeah, that was what I was about to ask you. Maybe we should go for the gift recommendation, because I would say that's very interesting, a lot to talk about. So
yes, Christmas is coming. So what we kind of were thinking about this, and maybe we could do like a list of things that you could buy to a gamer, or you can ask for a gamer. Take it as a recommendation, not as must-have. Maybe you could share this with your family or your spouses or your parents.
Exactly that. We wanted to get more audience, so share this with all your friends. That will give you something this Christmas.
Yeah, and let us know. Let us know, like, what would you recommend to, like, as a gift for Christmas, or even just for a birthday, or like what gift to give to gamer. Sorry, that was a mouthful sentence. So yeah.
So about this is, I wouldn't say that we are providing a list, more of a general recommendations. So I guess I can start with, if you want to buy a console for your boyfriend, kid, girlfriend, special someone, if you want to buy them a console, first, thumbs up. That's awesome. I would love to have someone like you in my life. I had to get all my game consoles myself when I started working. But if you want to give that, which one should you get? Well, the important thing is trying to find what the person you're going to give the gift to wants. And I think that's something that a lot of parents and people overlook, that there are actually choices, and sometimes it's even worth revealing what the gift is. I mean, not always, but sometimes it might be even worth it, because they know about the console or even a PC much more than you do, probably. That's why you're here. And we're not criticizing you. That's awesome that you're here, that you're trying to learn. We're really proud of you. We're really happy about you. That's great for the person you want to give the gift to. That's awesome. But first, try to figure out what they want. So the consoles are usually, like, depending on how old and new, can be $300 to $500. I think the Switch costs $300 because it's like 6 years old console now. But the newer consoles are around the $500/euros. Depends on in your country. That's why we're not going for specific things, because it changes a lot. But try to figure out what the person wants. There are some
exactly. Just ask straight away. Just ask him, like, hey, I want to buy you a console,
or
I don't want to mess up. Just tell me what you want.
Or you can try it like,
or
hey, my friend is buying a console for their kid, like my colleague. What would you recommend? Or like, what is it that sounds like the one you wanted, right? You can go like
that. Could
that.
mislead you though.
Sorry?
Because that could mislead you, because that person could ask, okay, what games is he playing, or she? You know, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. I would recommend to ask straight away. Or if you want to be a little bit sneaky, just look what games they're into. What maybe they have previous generation of that console. So just look at that. If they have PlayStation 4, maybe they might want a PS5. If they have Nintendo Wii, they would like to have Switch.
Yeah, sometimes they want to make a jump to a different manufacturer. A lot of people does that, and I would say like.
But I would say that's why ask right away. Don't hesitate to ask him, because you're gonna mess up if you're not gonna ask. If you're not a gamer, you don't know what you're talking about, you're gonna mess up. And as Mato said, it's better for them to know what you get in them than to mess up.
Yes, or like if you really want to have a surprise and they won't mind waiting, you can even like give them a voucher to console of your choosing. Like that's, I would say not the best option, but still an option. But I would say also pay attention to them. Like maybe even try talking to them about it, because gamers can get passionate about it, and if you talk with them about it, like, hey, I have seen in the news this console. What do you think about it? Whatever. They may start talking about the stuff they're passionate about, the games, and that might help you a bit. Also, you may ask around their friends or people who they spend their time around, and they talk about this stuff. So that's
just
like
just
obvious.
One thing that should be a no-no. One thing that you should definitely not do is, if you buy a new console, don't throw away the old one.
Yes.
Because the person will gonna hate you for that. Because some of the, not every time, but like some of the games on the newer consoles, you cannot play on the old ones. Well, now with the backwards compatibility on the major platforms, it's good. But for example, if when we talk about Nintendo, like you cannot play Switch games on Wii U.
Because,
because there's no
Wii games on the Switch, and you cannot play all.
It's not just Nintendo,
Yeah. It's like honestly, with the backwards compatibility, sometimes it's reserved for the very early batch of consoles. So like only the first year of the console, they make the backwards compatible models. But with throwing out, just leave it to the person who owns the console. So if you have one,
exactly,
they say, hey, like you have a new console, how about we get rid of the old one? And he will say, well, the new one doesn't have all the games or something. But as time progresses, I'll just finish, then I will let you talk, I guess, if you don't mind. You should maybe after time you will get more games for new ones, and they will not play on it. But you can ask them to, for example, donate to a friend, or to like a charity or a hospital. There's the what's it called, for the house for the orphans. There are many ways where the old console can still do good. So as Michal said, never throw it out, please.
It should be a no-brainer, because why would you touch other person's stuff?
Hey, why would you throw away a perfectly working console?
Yeah, exactly. Like I saw this video it was really stupid. This girl came to the guy's room. It was obviously his girlfriend. Came to his PS4, smashed it to pieces. Obviously, he got really mad, and then she revealed, "Hey, I got a PS5 for you," and he was happy. But I would be like to me, it was angry. Like the PS4 was still, as you said, still functioning, working console.
And what if he didn't have his saves backed up?
Yeah, exactly. Like what the frick? Like I would be super mad if my wife would do that. Like, and she knows, like, hey, like, don't touch my stuff. Like, it's just my stuff. Like, oh, you know, just respect the other person wishes, and yeah, do some research. That's the most important thing, I would say. Do research if you really want to invest into that person and really want to surprise them and show them love. Do some research.
Yes, absolutely. It's like the best thing. And if it's like you want something for little kids and they don't have anything yet and they don't have preference, there are some options. So I would say if you want to
Yeah.
something for your family, even though it's an older console, the Switch is still kind of the best options when it comes to family games, because you have games like
Yeah.
Mario games, you have motion controlled games, you have like Mario Party, you have Mario Kart, which is fun for like everyone. You have Just Dance and stuff.
Yeah.
So if it's like the first console for little kids, I mean, please be careful when you start gaming with your kids, because it's that's also topic for another day. We keep saying that a lot.
Topic for another day,
But
yeah.
the PEGI rating or like the game ratings are there for a reason. They're a recommendation
Yeah.
at which age they should play the games. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
so on Switch you can definitely buy some 18 plus games. So don't buy them for the kids. So yeah, that's definitely a console for the
Yeah. I would say
for the
to
family.
that, like, obviously that's like a general rule, but also like you need to also know your child about that. Some children are ready to play some of those games. Like, I'm not saying everyone is, and I'm not saying that every like person should like play God of War or something like that, or Last of Us Part 2. Definitely not. But just be vigilant. Know what your kid is capable of handling, and don't just cut off stuff just because, oh, this, you're too small for that. But look at the mentality of your child. Can they handle it? Or is it gonna affect them badly? So just think, just do thinking,
Do
do
some
researching.
research.
And yeah, the research about, like, when you buy a game, the research is it should be, again, no brainer. Like, especially if you're not a gamer and you don't know anything, do some research. First of all, what the person likes to play. Second of all, okay, what is he expecting, some kind of a game, but he wants it or she wants it. And also with the children, yeah, as Marta said, like, there's PEGI rating, there's what is, in other countries they have different ratings.
ESRB.
And also, like, what do you want your child to play? Like, you can somehow, like, limit it, obviously. Like, if you're not that liberal in a way of hey, my child can handle it, let's see what happens. But if you want to kind of control what your child is consuming, it's okay to just do some research. Hey, what's that? Someone should do that's maybe a good like a segment for us, like a side segment or recommendation for non-gamers.
I thought you were gonna say
do like,
parent game reviews, but hey, that one's cool too.
or that, like, each of those, like, we can do those segments, like some like parents asking, hey, like, is this game good for my child? It's like, hey, you should probably not, you shouldn't, never mind, I'm getting off topic. It just might be interesting.
Yeah, but like I think you were getting to another point. I guess we don't need to walk around the buying of the consoles that much, but yeah, that's definitely, as we said, to summarize it a little, just be mindful of what the gifted person is into, what they like. If you don't know and you have no way of finding out, just ask them straight. It's probably better than buying them something they will not like, especially with the teenagers, because they can get really into one thing. And with the gaming, Microsoft had a nice post on their Twitter, actually, like whatever platform you're playing is not as important as playing with friends. So if they have friends that have PlayStation, then it might be better idea to get them PlayStation, because they will be able to play the games with their friends online, because not all games, I mean, there are a lot more, but not all games support multiplayer between different platforms. So that's why it's important knowing what the person wants, because it can kind of ruin it, like, yeah, I have this one, but I cannot play. But as we said, games like, for example, what comes off the top of my head, Minecraft supports a cross-play between computer, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not sure about the PlayStation actually right now, because I know they were kind of against cross-play
I have no idea
at the time. So I'm not sure. I think it is now. But yeah, definitely there are multiple platforms. So don't take me up on that. Look it up if you want to buy them.
Just again, do research. Yeah. Also, like if you really don't know and you don't want to do any research, just give them the money, or just go with them to buy it.
You can give them like a voucher for either a game, or like hey, I will buy you a game, or you can do it a voucher for a store. There's even if you have PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, or computer with Steam, you can buy them a voucher for like 20, 50, 60, 70 euros, whatever, which can be combined usually. So you can give them the store credit again by digital, or you can give them voucher for your local electronics or game shop. Like these exist too.
Yeah,
exactly. Their own vouchers that works too. So that's
there are also like online shops too that gives away vouchers too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like you actually have a lot of great options, even if you are not able to put the time into the research, and a lot of these are great.
Exactly.
Like, getting money for Steam to buy games, that's an awesome thing.
Yeah, there's also like a lot of these, like they have like electronic wallets. For example, Steam has like Steam Wallet, where you can actually like put the money in, and the person can buy whatever they want. So yeah,
and as Mikhail said, a lot of stores, online stores, even like a Humble Store, have it, and there's a lot of options in that area. Just all you need to find out.
Just do some googling.
Yeah, but yes, receiving or gifting someone a physical copy, that can be much more impactful, for example, than a piece of paper with download code, especially if your internet connection is bad. So if you want to gift someone,
well, that depends. Like if they're a console player, then yes. For PC gamers, it's kind of obsolete these days.
I mean, you can still sometimes get games on PC on disc, but yes, it's getting more and more rare. So
well, my computer doesn't have CD or DVD ROM, so,
and that leads exactly to my point. Just once again, before buying that, make sure that they can actually play the game. It's not just important for which platform the game is. Like if they have PlayStation, they will not want an Xbox version of Assassin's Creed because the PlayStation will not play it. But they have the diskless version of the console or computer without a disk drive. They will once again will not be able to play it. So that is very
pictures. There's plenty of pictures of kids holding an Xbox game, and in the other hand, having a Nintendo Wii.
Yeah, there are many pictures with different combinations of platforms and stuff, or like someone making a video about how he got a game on disc for his diskless console, disc drive-less.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
That's like a lot of this comes to like doing your research. But I mean, if you already bought several games on disc for your kid or that special someone, and you see the boxes, I guess it's likely that it has not changed. So that's a thing to watch out for.
Yeah,
And
true.
also a quick note: if you have slow internet, and you're buying on disc because of that, very, very important thing. Some games only come with a download code in a box, so check that. If
Yeah,
there is
yeah,
download code only on the box, that means you will still have to download the full game.
yeah,
There's a quick tip for experienced gamers about games.
yeah.
But like, if you don't know what games and they don't give you the general idea, there, I guess I would recommend going into the game store. Either if it's a physical store, just ask the store employee. It might be good idea to take a picture on your phone, for example, of what games your special person, which games they own. If it's your kid especially, just take a picture of which games you have and show it to them, so that they can not sell you something they already have, and just talk to them.
Yeah.
And the same goes for online stores. Just search for the most popular compared to what you already have, because honestly, it is kind of sad, but this world, our society, is driven by what's currently popular, not always what's best. But in the games, if they're popular, that means they usually have a lot of support, lot of stuff. And honestly, like, in games, usually not always, but very often, they're popular because they had some qualities. So
yeah, there's also a lot of like YouTube channels to like recommend. They're recommending games for like certain players. Like usually like they're like video game channels that are just like, hey, Christmas is near, so here's like the best recommend games for this type of a player, or they just list the best games that came out this year and just say, hey, this is something worth playing. Your special person might be interested in that. So again, like, comes down to, again, research. I'm gonna say it 3 times because like it's really important, because again, you're gonna avoid some what's the word for it, some not very nice disappointment, and just
it might not always be disappointment, but kind of like
I'm
they might
for
not be that
specific
that
word.
psyched about the game.
So but like you can also avoid some embarrassment, because the child be like, wait, this is not what I wanted, or why you didn't ask me, and
yes,
you save yourself the energy, and you're not gonna
100%.
ruin anyone's birthday or Christmas.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I have a point for, you said some YouTubers do specific guides or recommendations. It's best if you check the ones that are local to you, because the prices, what's available, varies country to country. Unfortunately, in 21st century, there can still be huge differences between regions. So it's good,
especially like Europe and US. It's a big difference.
And
sometimes.
it can even vary between European countries sometimes. So
but usually when they do these kind of recommendations, they don't even say price. They just say what game. Like, I'm not saying, hey, I haven't seen a channel who did like, hey, this is the best game you can buy for your spouse or whatever, and it's close this. I've never seen a channel do that, because I think that's bad. I would not do that, because if you want to invest in your partner, money should not be an issue.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have the money for it, then like buy them something else.
Yeah, and we have some other tips for that too.
Yeah.
Maybe, I guess, we can leave and go for these other tips. What do you say? Or do you want to still keep talking about the game recommendations, or how to select the game?
No, we can move on from that.
Yeah, so I guess that's a nice we can move nicely to the next part, which is other stuff that gamers might want, because apart from the console, the hardware, the games, there are a lot of games that gamers can appreciate as a gift, especially if you're on a budget. There are several great options you can give to, for example, your younger brother. You want to give him a gift. Yeah, you have great options actually, because one thing that we gamers love, apart from our games, is showing our support for these games. So what best to show your support for a game other than with gaming merch? Yeah, you can have hoodies, t-shirts, cups, like a beanie or cap. Yeah, notebooks.
There's a lot of stuff around.
There's a whole lot of stuff.
Statues.
Yeah.
Statues are a big hit.
Yeah, like
LPs.
Collectible figurines. And sometimes even books.
Merchant collectibles, yeah.
That there's a quick tip if you think if you're a parent and you think your children is not reading enough. They're really into some game series. Some game series have great books. For example, Halo books are awesome stories. There are Assassin's Creed books. Which series have good books?
Tom Clancy's.
Tom Clancy has books. There's actually quite a lot. I cannot recall all of them from the top of my head.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of game series that have awesome books. So that's actually a way to get someone into reading to give him a book of his favorite series.
Yeah, but like also again, do research, because you might buy something that the player like kind of like me that goes like, yeah, that's like, I guess that's cool, but you could have got me instead of this instead of this FIFA shirt, you could have got me like I don't know,
NHL
Call of Duty backpack or something. Yeah,
Yeah, but as we said,
ask,
research,
ask and observe what the person is like excited about recently.
Yeah, but I guess it can be sometimes quite easy if they talk about it a lot or they know. Yeah. And for the merch, it's even easier to figure out what they like. Like you don't have to be Captain Obvious. You don't have to say, hey, I want to buy a console, because with the merch, it's not that huge investment, unlike buying a gaming hardware. But it still can have a lot of impact, because honestly, like I keep saying it to a lot of my friends and family, that if they don't know what to give me, here is a list of series I like. Get me some merch or whatever. I love that.
Yeah,
because they show support, and there's a lot of variety of options. We gamers usually don't love only one game, but a whole lot of them. So there's a wide selection. I, for example, like to have. I'm actually about to buy because my old Overwatch cup is getting retired because it's kind of faded, and I'm not into Overwatch anymore because it sucks now. So I'm thinking about getting a cup that I could actually take for work, because I wasn't even having my old one in the work because it was meh. Yeah. Because it was faded, so I only using it at home. But that's something that can be nice, for example, for Working Dead, to give him a cup with his like favorite series or a game you like to play as a family.
Yeah. If you have a game dev in your family, get them some kind of a merch, or something like collectible, like a cup, like a statue. And sometimes like you don't want that, like you don't like it to have it to been in the house, so they usually take it to work because they like to flex it in front of everyone else. So they're gonna put the huge God of War statue on their desk at work, and they're gonna flex it on everyone. So that can make because not everyone is not everyone is collector, right? Not everyone appreciates statues or cups or anything like.
But everyone wears t-shirts.
Yeah, exactly. T-shirts, hoodies, caps. boots,
Notebooks.
backpacks. Yeah, there's just tons of stuff that you can choose from, and just
actually
ask away.
bring a lot of joy and smiles. Yeah,
exactly.
That's 100%. I want to add something, and I totally forgot what I wanted to say. Sorry. Maybe I will remember soon. But in terms of figurines, there's sometimes like a functional ones. For example, the Nintendo has the amiibo figurines. There are games with toys to life mechanics, but that's something that's worth a research. But I guess you will probably know if they have a game that supported. You will likely know and be aware of what might be worth getting for them. Which is, by the way, not the point I wanted to say, but oh yeah. Oh, my point is that some games actually have a really nice recreations of the in-game items. So we mentioned stuff like cups, which, I mean, there's actually like a Satisfactory cup, the replica of the in-game cup or coffee mug or whatever. But there are replicas, for example, of Michal's favorite games, favorite character, favorite sword. I mean, that these are more on the pricey side, but you can get a replica sword.
There's company in Czech Republic that actually doesn't do like fake swords, because sometimes these swords are not really good quality. But there's a company that does it very well in Czech Republic, and I've been eyeing that sword for like 2 years now, and I'm like, it's so expensive though. I'm like,
yeah, these real swords
on my wall though.
So nice. Like I've seen replicas of like Aragorn's sword. Man, these look so good.
Yeah, they look really good.
And there are like more weapons and items from the games that have their real life replicas, and they can be really sweet, look really good. Like honestly, with the swords, for example, who of us gamers wouldn't want to have like Geralt's sword, for example, if we were talking about that one, hanging on top of like a fireplace or the door? Man, that would be so sweet.
That would be so amazing. Yes.
Yeah, so there's even stuff like that for us crazy folk. But there's other stuff that kind of overlap with other hobbies. So we both like to play D&D. And you have a D&D dice branded with some of the other series. You have girls, like Vesemir or like Witcher dice for D&D, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So like for D&D players or for Magicka players, it's so easy to give them gifts, honestly. Especially if they're just players, not DM. DM can be a little bit difficult. But
there's always room for more dice. That's a secret of D&D players.
Exactly. Like,
there's never too many dice.
I think, exactly. I have so much dice. I have like 9 sets now or something like that. So basically with D&D you cannot go wrong. Yeah, but if you want to invest like a bit more pricey, like you want to give them like a good dice. I mean, like a metal dice. Like those are pretty. Nice. Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, so there's like so it's like once again, this category is more like overlap with other hobbies, because we gamers usually don't do just games, so you can you can give like a gaming branded stuff or like game stuff that's usable in other hobbies. One thing that just straight came up to my head right now is like stickers for your stuff, or like the bumper sticker for a car that can be from racing games actually, and it may actually look pretty cool. I've seen some of them, and if those are cool, it can look really fun.
I had stickers from Call of Juarez, but they were so bad. Like not just what they were saying was really bad. I was like, I cannot have that. Like,
yeah, and there's actually that's the category goes even further, and you can give like gift experience, so or hobbies picked up from games. We recently were in an interview on Radio 7, which is like Czech Christian radio, and I mentioned that I know someone who played Life is Strange and got interested in instant photography because the main character shoots on Polaroid, and actually bought a Polaroid because of that and started shooting pictures. So there can be not only that, true. But if someone's really...
Just be careful what kind of a game they're playing. Like if they're playing like Call of Duty, you don't have to necessarily buy them a gun or something.
Yeah, but you can buy them airsoft gun, or you can buy them a visit to the shooting range. And that can be very interesting experience for someone who never shot a real weapon. Or if someone's really into flight simulator, you can buy them like a flight lesson. Or some people who are into like the what's it called? Like if you jump from the plane with a parachute, what's it called? Anyway,
paragliding.
That, I guess, but you may give like a tandem jump from the plane.
Tandem
or
jump,
even like if it's like a grown person, you can give him a course where they can have their own parachuting or whatever. I don't know if it's licensed, but they can do a course that they can later do these jumps on their own. And that can be really cool experience for someone who's been doing this stuff in game to now be able to do it in real life.
It's true. Just out of curiosity, out of pure curiosity, what would you give to a player who really enjoys horror games, who really enjoys Amnesia, Outlast? Like, what would you give such a player?
Oh,
like I'm talking content. Like I'm talking about non-gaming content. Like
I wanted to say like a piss bucket, but if they enjoy it, I guess they don't need it.
Maybe there are like horror, probably maybe like horror escape rooms or something like that.
That's actually could be interesting. Idea, yeah.
There's a lot of like stylized like escape rooms. I saw Star Wars one. I think they did one for The Last of Us somewhere. But yeah, like you just do some research and do like and it's something that also like something like that you can also enjoy it with them, you know. It's like, hey, we can experience it together.
Yeah, there's one thing that also comes to mind, the VR experience, because VR can be very expensive to own. So if that's someone who don't own a VR headset, VR capable machine,
so expensive.
You can get them some places. It depends, once again, country to country. But for example, here in Prague, we have some places, some options that you can go to, like a similar to escape room experience, and with a VR headset or some like special VR experiences. Like you get a backpack with a computer, a headset, and you can visit a place that does not exist. And in the VR, it looks really cool. And once again, you can do it together sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
So
100%.
These are some.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to get the gift person who you love that enjoys video games. And also, as Mato said, like, you know, it's not just about hobbies, but also like as gamers, we're nerds. Like we're nerds, so we don't just do games. We also do a lot of pop culture or anime. So do some research in that regard too. Like it might not be just a video game. Just maybe it might be something from his favorite or their favorite anime. It could be Could
Just
be
spend some time with the person, and that might also be a great gift, and you will learn
spend
what to
some
give
time.
them
Yeah,
physically.
not just spend some time, but spend some time with them in that area that they like. First of all, first and foremost, they will love you for that. Honestly, like anytime my wife like just sits here with me and plays game with me, it's the best time we have. I absolutely love it.
That's really
So
nice.
don't be afraid of kind of step in into their world. It's not gonna bite you usually, but yeah, don't be afraid to step in.
Yeah, and some gamers actually can be really nice and welcoming when their loved one wants to get into their favorite hobby.
Yeah,
and there are several
exactly.
games that are really great for newcomers. But I had another idea for you if you're looking for that special non-gaming gaming gift. And those are board games. They're actually licensed board games of video games. There are games like Doom, Civilization, and more that have their own really cool board games.
The new Witcher board game is coming out pretty soon, or it came out already. I mean, I'm eyeing it. I'm like, I need that.
I mean, for The Witcher, that's specific, like a little bit more specific because it's not just a game. It's like franchise that originated from books and stuff.
It's from CD Projekt Red. Like it's
nice. No, I'm just trying to. What my point is that not that the board game would be not from the game, but that's like some of these universes are expands way further than just video games. Like if someone likes Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War, like I mean Tolkien's universe is so big, so huge.
Yeah, that's true.
But
there's also Fallout video game, Fallout board game. I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, there's like there's board games. That's another like a rabbit hole of how much goodies are there.
So, yeah, exactly.
That's we're kind of trying to give you some ideas, maybe what might be worth looking into when you're giving someone.
But again, like I would maybe end this kind of just do research, ask the person, spend time with the person, and don't be afraid of it. Because if you are like afraid that you're gonna mess up, you're gonna mess up. It's better to just be as safe as possible and just do research, talk, spend time.
And a quick recommendation
That's all you can do
for how not to be afraid of messing up. A lot of online stores, I mean at least here in Czech Republic, offer if you buy during Christmas time. They have like a special, usually free but sometimes paid service that they guarantee that they will buy the thing back if someone who is gifted it don't like it. So if you buy even if it's a console and it's the wrong one, which can happen as we said, they will still give you money back for it,
exchange it for you,
and you can buy the other
for the
one.
right. Or just straight exchange it for the
just be mindful of the fine print, read the terms. Like sometimes it's they will give you money back, sometimes is that they will give you a voucher for the store, but be mindful that usually in the terms you must not open the box.
Yeah, exactly. I like also during the Christmas season, like those stores are usually more open to that. But again, like as Mother said, like research that, read the terms, ask at the store if you're buying it at the actual store, at the Stone store. Just ask the people there.
Yeah, that's a really good advice.
Good job, us.
Yay! High five. Actually, I think we might maybe touch a little on the like hardware and accessories. Once again, here is very important the research, but like for computer there's this whole specific level, and there is very important to either be sure or asking the person, like you can even buy a component that will change their world. Like if you buy them a new GPU, that's awesome. But you have stuff like mice, Yeah, here is my mice. It's actually the more on a budget side, but actually quite decent. It's the Logitech G203 Lightsync, which is a great mouse for the money. You have gaming keyboards with RGB, mouse pads, even a new controller so that they could play with brother or something. So just a quick note, really important research, especially in this area.
Yeah, especially on a PC. Especially on a PC, because like if you're buying the wrong hardware, something that the player's computer cannot take, like
DDR5 RAM instead of DDR4.
Yeah,
DDR5 is like the newer, the better.
That means.
But if your motherboard is older, then no dice. You will not be able to run it.
Okay, that's an example that not many people will get, but just do some research. Just ask, like, hey, what I would like with this, like, I would really be straightforward and ask. Like, surprise, like, trust me, like, surprising might not be a good way in this regard, because you might buy something that they cannot even put into their computer because it might wreck it or it might not work at all. So I would, like, when it comes to hardware and you don't know, you just have no idea, like, if it be actually compatible with the hardware that they already have, just it's better to ask. It's just better to say, hey, I would love to buy you a new GPU. What can we buy? Or just like straight away just give them money for it, because you will avoid of spending a lot of money, because hardware, especially in Europe, is much more expensive than in US. So you're gonna avoid spending a lot of money unnecessarily. And you also will not, wreck their computer.
Yeah, but if you're like wanting to buy a new computer, there's a good way to. You usually don't need to do the research with the person, because if you have a set budget, that's like important thing, and be prepared that computers are not very cheap. And it's not just that, like, not everything in Europe is way more expensive. Like, it depends. Some things are more expensive, some don't. But yeah, the thing is that it's overall still expensive regardless of where you buy it. And if you have a budget, then it's a good idea to ask someone from the community, or maybe if you have a gamer colleague, gamer friend, they might be able to build you, or like find a build PC for that special someone that will be best for the budget for gaming. So there's usually around, it warms my heart when I browse Reddit on a toilet and I see posts that someone joins like r/computers community and like, hey, I want to buy a computer for my teenage son to do gaming and I have this budget. And what would you recommend? And the community, honestly, I think community really loves like this, when like a parent wants to gift a gaming hardware to their kid. We as a community love it. So I think it's awesome. Always warms my heart that this happens. So don't be afraid to ask in communities or even friends. As I said, you may have gaming colleagues.
Exactly.
The worst that can happen is that they will tell you, well, I don't know, or no, I cannot help you. But
exactly.
Honestly, I think a lot of us who are capable of helping on a mission like that will usually do, because we know the thrills of having like a great gaming time when we were kids. And like we would wish that to any kids, to have a great gaming time. So it's kind of like our weakness.
That's true.
Wouldn't you say?
All right. Oh yeah. 100%. All right. I think we kind of go into the end of the stream.
Yeah, I guess.
It's getting late.
We kind of exhausted a lot of the stuff we wanted to talk about. But before we actually sign out, I want to give something what we can look forward to, because there has been some great game releases recently, like we mentioned the Super Mario Bros. Wonder, the Alan Wake 2, and more. But there are games coming soon. I have, maybe Michal, you will add to it. I did some that
I will.
from the list that I was interested in, at least a little, or they caught my attention. But we have stuff like Super Mario RPG coming to Switch November 17. On the same day, Persona 5 Tactica, which is a spin-off of the Persona 5 I talked about, coming to basically all the platforms, like last-gen consoles, current-gen consoles, Switch, PC. We have Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince, coming to Switch on December 1st, which is another RPG game series spin-off. We have indie games SteamWorld Build coming to all major platforms the same day. And I have here, the last game I have here, which might be interesting for some people, is Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Nice.
What do you have, Michal?
Yeah, I heard some. Yeah, well, I would say that for the Switch owners, the Hogwarts Legacy is coming in November 14.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's something for all anime fans, or mainly Naruto fans. Naruto Export to Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections is coming out in November 17.
November 17 looking like a great day for gamers, huh?
Yeah, looks like it. What else is coming in? Actually, like Nintendo Switch is getting a lot of games in December 1st. Actually, Batman Arkham Trilogy is coming to Switch.
It's a trilogy. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
and these are from what I know. I haven't played all of them, but from what I know, they are all great games. And actually, a lot of the features they have are kind of like not how to say, they aged well. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. For all Warhammer fans, Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader is coming in December 7 on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. That's quite exciting. And yeah, obviously, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is coming November 10. So I am kind of excited for that. Like, I'm not like that like hardcore fan, but just what else is there? I'm just thinking, just looking at the list and looking like what could be interesting to someone. There are a lot of weird games that I never heard of.
There are a lot of games coming out. Obviously, this is like the season of games, because before Christmas there are the most game releases. So there will be a lot more than what we just mentioned, a whole lot more. And I guess every gamer will have something they can look forward to, because honestly, this year it has been great so far. When it comes to games, there have been a lot of awesome games coming this year. I have always had something to play, and my backlog is great, like super large, even without all the new games. So
yeah, exactly.
But
so
there is more coming, and reasons to be excited for.
Yeah, this year is pretty solid. This year is pretty solid for the games. I really wonder what's gonna get the game of the year. Because there's four strong competitors, and all of them like deserves it.
Yeah, we have been like this. I want to say that like this year, the game of the year is maybe like the strongest competition we ever had. I mean, if we don't count 2004, but this is like the strongest competition we ever had for Game of the Year, because there have been so many great games. And some of them won't even be nominated because they came only recently or will come out.
Yeah. When is the Game of the Year award? It's the Game Awards.
Honestly, I don't know. Maybe we can Google that.
Game Awards 2023, December 7th.
But it depends when they close the nominations and stuff. Sometimes they
that's when the
event takes place, right?
The event, yeah.
Yeah, fun fact about that. It is likely that we will have some game announcement there. It happens very often.
Yeah. Like they have to fill the time somehow, right?
That is true.
That was funny. In the last Game Awards, they Christopher Judge won the award for the best voice actor, and he took so long with his speech. They actually had to start playing music to get him off the stage.
Oh,
it was so funny.
Okay, that's fun though. Yeah.
But yeah, it was cute how he explained, because he never got proper reward from it for anything, which I feel like that's ridiculous. So it was first reward and first time for him to to give a speech. So he took his sweet time. It was so cute how they he took it.
That's really nice.
But the Game Awards are kind of they've been controversial. Let's be honest. It's just I just watch it for the pure spectacle and just to see if they screw up or not. I think I feel does not the Steam Awards don't they bring along the gamers vote for it, or how do they determine they do?
Steam Awards, in Steam Awards the Steam users vote, or the Steam community. But they do have some special categories that other Game Awards usually don't have.
Yeah, that's true.
It's actually quite nice and refreshing too, and I recommend every Steam user to participate in that.
Yeah,
especially if you played some games that fit within the criteria.
Yeah, maybe we could do a list of a Game of the Year.
I think honestly, I'm kind of counting on us doing in maybe January episode when we once again do our favorite games of 2023. I would really love to do that, because there has been a lot.
Yeah, I'm interested what's gonna be coming out next year, because honestly I have no idea what's coming out next year. What was announced? What was
honestly, I for example wonder one game that has been announced for way too long. I guess as long as we have Switch, and it's Metroid Prime 4. Which is still nowhere near released, or we don't know anything about that outside of a couple of years back restart of the development, different studio handling it. So I guess we will see. There's also, don't take my word for it, it's just very likely that Nintendo will release a Switch successor, because Switch has been released over 6 years ago. It's been in March 2017.
Is that long?
Yeah, it's that old. So,
jeez.
So it's likely they will release a new console. So even in the next year, I guess we have some things to expect or look forward to, because it's very likely they will, because it's been very long. But still, they haven't told us anything. I wouldn't, because why would they cripple their game sales for the Switch? No, seriously, it's it makes no sense doing that now. For sure. Oh yeah, but for next year, I have some stuff that caught my attention for early next year.
Yeah,
we have stuff like the Persona 3 Reload. That's I'm not sure if it's remaster or remake of Persona 3. There's the Tomb Raider 1 to 3 remastered coming to all platforms in February. Which,
Yeah, nice.
Like, Tomb Raider is actually a really cool series. So we have Star Wars Dark Forces remaster coming to all platforms at the end of February.
New Stalker is coming out next year.
That one has been postponed too.
Yeah.
And there's the Princess Peach Showtime, March 22.
Hellblade 2.
Oh yes, that's one.
Hellblade 2 is coming out.
Yeah.
The continuation of the Final Fantasy remake. What's it called? 7. Final Fantasy 7.
Right, yeah.
The second. The second side of it. I don't know how to call it. And Hades 2 is coming out also next year.
There's a whole lot more.
There's a lot of, there's a lot of games coming out next year, which we'll talk about.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we will have the time and the budget to play them all. Because
I doubt it. But...
honestly, a lot of the games that came out this year I would still love to play, but it's just impossible to like have time for them all and even buy them all.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there was just too many. So if you're out there feeling like you don't have enough budget and time to play all of them, we feel you. We've been there. I mean, we kind of are there because we are now responsible adults and we have to pay for food and place to live, which is something we don't like paying for, but we have to.
Yeah, that's true.
So I guess with that we can kind of wrap it up for today.
Great ending. All right, thank you so much for being with us here. Either here on YouTube Live or later on from wherever you listen to. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, give a follow, comment. Review.
Leave your opinion if you want to expand on our debate. Add your two cents to the discussion. Feel free to do so. We would love to hear from you. What do you like? And maybe you will get, for example, some other recommendation for gamer gifts. Go for it. We'd love to hear it. And I'm sure the rest of the people
leave it in the comments. And also follow us obviously on our social media, on Instagram and Facebook, if you want to stay put on what we're doing. And we'll see you, I guess, on the next time. Next time is going to be regular. Next time is going to be a regular episode of After Gamers.
Also let us know what you think about this live stream format. It's something we tried for the first time, and we really love to know your opinion about that. And
thank you so much.
Stay tuned for future episode coming in the future. Don't know the exact date, but in the future, that's for sure. Shout out to Spinek in the chat who was with us commenting. Thank you so much. We're glad that it was fun for you, that you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you soon on our other live stream next time. So don't forget
December.
So don't forget that
you can always work. No,
that's the way I say it.
You can always game after work.
Okay, thank you everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.